rule. This is called Khanda. So we have 5 precepts or 8 precepts. If we say 5 precepts, the first one is Panadipata, the last one is Suramereya. If you break one of the rules, Panadipata or Suramereya, this is called Khanda. So that means in the very beginning, right, we have already broken. That's why this is called Khanda. Similarly, at the end, we have already broken. This is called Khanda. Chitta, whole. If one break in the middle rules, so among the 5 precepts, the middle one is Kamasumitrachara. If we break Kamasumitrachara, this means it's a chitta, the whole. Then if we talk about 8 precepts, then it will be a little bit difficult, right? Because we say 8, there may be 2 in the middle, or one of them, we can say, right? Then Sabala, spotted. If one breaks 2 or more rules in orderly, it can be any part of the precepts. For example, among the 8 precepts, if we break Najagita or Malaganda, right? Najagita and Ujjasayana, for example, at the end. In the very beginning, Bandipata and Adinarana, 2 rules. Then this is called 2 or more rules. Right? That means there can be many other rules also. For example, Bandipata, Adinarana, Kamsumichachara, not observing very well. Musawara and Suramaniya, okay. We can observe well. When we have this kind of conditions, we can see spotted. Then another one is Kamasa, blemish. If one break many rules alternatively, okay, for example, Musa, Baranipata, okay, we can observe well, but Adinarana, we cannot observe well. Then Kamisumichachara, okay, Musawara, we are not good in observing. If we just break many rules alternatively, this is called Kamasa. If we summarize, all these 4 means we must not break any of precepts. Sometimes the layperson, they also say, then if we take 8 precepts, just break 1. Okay, we just break 1. We have 7 precepts. Yeah, this is sure. You have 7 precepts. It's different from our layperson. So the main thing is we undertake the precepts separately. In Thai culture, they also use we so. They have this kind of usage. That means individually, one by one, separately. Then we don't undertake 5 together or 8 together like that. So if we just undertake 8 precepts, for example, like Aham Bandhidis Rena Saha Band Atanga Samana Kadang Bosra Silan Samadhi Ami, not Amaya Jami, right? Samadhi Ami, finish. Then in this case, he or she is undertaking all the 8 together, not separately. So if we undertake together, if we break 1, we break all. This is the explanation. If we undertake 1 by 1, if we break 1, just break 1. We have 7 precepts. This is also true. But when we break one of them, okay, although we have 7 precepts, that is not qualified enough due to the collection of morality. Right? So that means we are one of these 4. We also understand that we are Khandam, not broken. Achidam, not whole. Asabalan, not spotted. Akamasan, not blemish. This is the qualifying sila. For Samniras or for Orin persons, we have 10 precepts. So among the 10 precepts, we must observe 10 precepts strictly. We cannot skip any of them. It will be different from lay devotees. So another thing is, when we undertake a research, for example, if we break one, we had 9, okay, we can say we had 9. But for some leaders, they cannot undertake in front of the Buddha. When they are going to undertake precept, they must go and find a bhikkhu and undertake from a bhikkhu. That's why it's not that easy, like ordinary people. Okay, the main thing is, when we have undertaken, we must observe fully without breaking any of precepts. So in the case of sila, if we don't have faith or confidence, we may have a lot of excuses. If we have saddha, confidence, we will not have any excuses. We can undertake everything very well. Okay, if we want to have a qualifying morality, then we must observe everything well without breaking any of them. Now for bhikkhu also, we have some problem in modern society. They say, Buddha say to Ananda, if you remove minor rules, it's also okay. If Sangha agree to remove minor rules, it's okay. Then it's also a big problem. Minor rules. See, there are many minor rules. Right? Also not, some of them are not quite clear also. Anyway, the main thing is, although Buddha allows nobody remove, first council, nobody remove, and the second council also no remove. Up to sixth council now, nobody remove. That's why we can say 3 exists, we must follow it. The main thing is, if we don't have faith, we may have a lot of excuses. We don't wish to follow the rules, and we may say many different things. So if we have a lot of excuses, we don't have qualifying morality. When we do recollection of morality, it will be impossible. Okay. Then again, Buddhisa. Free from slavery and free from greed. Actually, we have many different types of greed. For example, we wish to be famous. This is also greed. There are some people, they just observe precept to be famous. For sure. They just want to show they are moral. Then in this case, we are slave. Right? We're going to be free from slavery. There are some people, they just observe precepts to have some special favor. Special favor means, for example, when they visited somewhere, they are virtuous. That's why people may have special offering, special living place, right? They will arrange special things for him. Expecting that kind of things, he observes precepts. This also greed. Then we also have another one like it, undertaking precept for gain. So for gaining here, we have many different types of gain. For example, 406. We need to get more 6, more donation from the donor, that we undertake precepts. So all the things can be considered as a slavery. We are not free from slavery. We are not free from greed. So there are many other types of greeds. To enjoy something, we just do right? Sila. Okay, you may know another Benika's only son, Kala. You know, he was a little bit bad boy. Not a little bit bad boy. He's a bad boy. Then his father, Nara Bendika, wants his son to go to the monastery. Then there's some agreement between father and his son. The father encouraged his son to go to the monastery. Then when he came back, he will give money, some amount of money. Then Kala go to the monastery. Then he just lived there. Right? Even going to monastery, they have to give money, right? Then coming back, he tried to get money. Then in this way, this take a little bit longer time. But one day, Narabini guy changed his system. Okay, if you can learn a stanza from the Buddha, I will give you more money. He had to send his son to the monastery. So then in his case, he just was to get money. Then he go to the monastery, he learn stanza from the Buddha. But actually, after learning a stanza, he attained Sotapanna. Then he don't want to get money anymore. Like ordinary people, we have greed. Sometimes we just do sila for the fame or gain or special favor from anybody. Also give me many other purposes of morality. Right? So for example, if we undertake precepts, people will praise me, praise us. That's why expecting people's praise, then we will do sila. This is also greed. 2. Vajrayana, praised by the wise. 6. Vajrayana, praised by the wise. When we say praised by the wise, that means the Buddha is also the wise person, praised by the Buddha. When we study Vinaya Pitaka, in many parts of Vinaya, when the bhikkhu make mistakes, then people will criticize, then the Buddha also criticize, then Buddha lay down the rules. Now whenever the Buddha lay down the rules, before laying down, the Buddha also say, this is not the manner of good people, it's not the manner of wise people, it's not the practice of good people. The Buddha also reminds his disciple like that. Now also the Buddha also say, then by doing so, people will lose their faith. And it will be to be faithless for faithful. Right? That's why Buddha laid out many rules. So praised by wise means the Buddha. This is the highest the wiser person. And similarly, we may also have like a Vinaya Ispa, Venerable Upali, Venerable Ananda. If we follow Vinaya rules, they may respect without breaking any of precepts. Then this is good enough. Okay, the main thing is, if our morality is strong enough, then the Buddha will praise. If our morality is not strong enough, the Buddha will not praise. That's why it's also important. We must have our morality must be strong enough to be praised by the Buddha. So we are another one, aparamata. Aparamata means not enticing, neither associated with greed nor wrong view, criticized by anybody with moral precepts. This is called aparamata. Okay, here associated with the greed. This means the purpose of morality is not good enough. This is called paramata. For example, we may undertake precepts to be reborn in the good destination. Or by observing morality, I can be reborn in the Deva realms. In this case, this is called paramata, associated with greed. Then not only that, by observing precepts, right, I can get this kind of benefit, we may expect many benefits. When you study the benefit of morality, there's a statement, there will be some statement there, right? For example, then you will have more confidence in the assembly, in public. When we have morality, sure, we can be very brave in the community. By expecting this kind of benefits, we may observe precepts. This also greed, right? Another thing is that, if I observe precepts, people will praise me. This is also one of the benefits of morality. Okay, this is normal everywhere. When we talk about now modern society in Myanmar also, and when we talk about also when somebody offer food, we may talk about the benefit of offering foods. Many people ask this kind of question. Similarly, when we offer robes, they may ask what's the benefit of offering robes. And we may explain the benefits. That they may expect all the benefits. Right? Then this is called paramata, associated with greed. Then what is wrong view? Wrong view means, actually we have many different types of wrong views according to Abhidhamma or in the Sutta. But here wrong view means by observing precepts, then we can attain Nibbana. Although we don't practice samatha or vipassana or any higher practice. When we have this kind of view, this is called paramata. Our idea is not very good enough. And not criticized by anybody with moral precepts. This is called aparamata. Sometimes people criticize the way we practice Vinaya. Okay, for example, we may have some other traditions about Vikala Bojana, for example, right? Vikala Bojana. So, Vikala Bojana is one thing, another one is stored foods is another thing, for example, two different rules, right? The Vikala Bojana, we have many different types of arguments. For example, coffee is allowed in the evening or not. Different culture. Only in Myanmar, we are not allowed to drink coffee. In most of the other Buddhist countries, for example, Sri Lanka, Thailand, they may allow. Cambodia, I'm not sure. I know two countries, they drink coffee in the evening. Then they also say it's not food. Anyway, this is their belief. Then according to their culture, it will be acceptable because I will call Ajara Sila. According to the way they believe, they do it. Now we have another point of view. Another point of view is like a store of foods. I may have many big amount of foods today. I cannot eat, but some of are really very good quality. I can eat tomorrow. Although we keep it in the refrigerator, we can use it right tomorrow, next day. And we may tomorrow kapiya with attachments. The kapiya may cook, may cook next day. He may make warm up the next day and offer the foods to the baby the next day. This is called stored foods. We cannot ask anybody to keep the foods. So that means when we relinquish the foods, it must be totally free without any attachment to the foods. So Kapiya, he also cannot eat everything, then he may store up, the next day he may reoffer, in this case it will be exception. So sometimes we have stored foods, but we don't store by ourselves, right? I have said that we ask Kapiya or somebody, okay, please keep it, tomorrow you can offer again. If we say like this is also not very pure. Those who know Vinaya will criticize, right? Okay, this is one thing, criticized by anybody with moral precepts. So that means the way they follow Vinaya is not really very good. Then Vinaya is will criticize them. This is the one thing. Another thing is like the purpose of practicing Vinaya. I always say, but for faith, for gain, right? We are doing. So wherever we go, now whoever we meet on the way or somewhere, we may talk about our own virtues too much. That means just for sure, people criticize the powers of right? Buddhism is not really very good. Then this is also called paramata, not very pure. Then not only that, there are many others. For example, computation. Computation means, oh, his morality is not as good as me. My morality is stronger. We have this kind of computation, competing with others, right? In this kind of case, also paramata, not very pure. So morality is not computations. It's just to follow, to define our bodily actions and bhava actions. Sometimes our bhava actions, our speech is pure. Our actions, our body action is pure. But the problem is our minds. Our minds are not very pure. The purpose of practicing morality is not good enough. In this case, paramata. People will criticize. Sometimes we just avoid, which is why we are, very close to breaking. And in this case also, we can say, if we are expert, so we will do many different things, very many tricky ways to avoid vinaya. Okay, recently I have learned some new ideas of vinaya, right? For example, like keeping money in the bank. So there will be two alliance, right? Two persons, Kapiya and Bhikkhu, join together, joint account. They may have joint accounts in the bank. So whenever they happen, case happen, Bhikkhu may just sign, agree to do. Kapiya will do everything, for example, right? Then in this case, it will be allowable, somebody decides. But according to Vinaya, this is also arranging money, managing money, right? We are, although we don't accept by ourselves, then we just ask Kapiya to accept. So we have two different things. Okanaya, we ourselves accept money. Okanapeya, we encourage somebody to accept for us. Upanikitamasariya, the next one. It is, if somebody bring money in front of us, then just say money. We don't say, I want to offer money, for example. We don't say anything, keep quiet. This means we agree. This one also, breaking precepts. But anyway, those who respect Vinaya or who know Vinaya very well will criticize. And we should avoid this kind of things. Okay, now, the last one, 8. Samadhi Samvadanika. So when we talk about Samadhi Samvadanika, here we should understand that leading to concentration. That can bring asset concentration or absorption concentration. This is for jhana. Not only that, when we attain vipassana also, it can lead to path concentration and fruition concentration. This is called Samadhi Samvadanika. So we have 3 different types of modality. Hana Bhagya, degradation. Chiti Bhagya, just family standing in one place. Visita Bhagya, improving or progressing. Sometimes our concentration become weaker, our morality become weaker and weaker. It depends on our association, the community we live, our environment. It also can be our own negligence. Sometimes we don't see fault as a fault. We don't think mistake as a mistake. We don't accept mistake as a mistake. This is also one of the things. Then we also have another one, no guidance sense doors. We don't protect our sense door. It will be easier to break precepts. Now the last one is having many wrong thoughts. All these things can lead to the degradation of morality. It does not lead to get better. Okay, now in the case of qualifying morality, it must lead us to get better, to be better. So that's why if we can do some, if we have pure sila, then it can produce concentration. It can be extra concentration, it can be absorption concentration. Then when we can practice vipassana well, it can be patha and fruition concentration. So if our morality can lead to this kind of state, we can say this is the qualifying morality. Okay, now, again, this story is very famous. And Venerable Mahadisa, we are going to talk about the benefit of morality, or recollection of morality, who practice Silanussati properly. So Venerable Mahadisa, he was born in the rich family and was ordained after handing over all his wealth to his younger brother. He studied Buddha's teaching for 5 years and then lived in solitude. Like here we should say two different things, Pariyati and Patipati. The first one is Pariyati, he studied Buddha's teaching. It can be two different things. The first one is he learned Vinaya. So within 5 years, he must learn Vinaya. So when he has good Vinaya knowledge, then we call Nisaya Mujaya Anga. Then he's free from dependence. Because he's independent, he can live alone. If he's not very expert in Vinaya, although he grow older and older, he must be dependent. Depending on one teacher, he must live because he's not very skillful in Vinaya. So the main thing is he studied Vinaya for 5 years. At the same time, he also studied meditation. So now in our society, when we study meditation, there must be a teacher, right? Now we can study from the teacher. Then we have to learn all the difficult parts. Now in which stage, what kind of difficulty can experience us, in which stage, what kind of difficulty can experience us, how to overcome it. We have to learn everything in detail. For example, when we have set the breath, what to do? Then teacher can explain how to do it. He studied meditation. So within 5 years, he finished both Vinaya and also meditation. He's independent. So after learning, then he lived alone in the seclusion. He was practicing. Then unfortunately, his sister-in-law, who wished to give his wealth back to him, sent bandits to kill him. So he was alone in the forest. All the bandits are looking for him around the forest. When he was surrounded by the bandits, he requested to allow him to meditate one night. Then the bandits also say, if you run away, what shall we do? How will you prove that you don't run away?
Recording in progress.
So he mentioned recollecting his morality. So his morality has, we already mentioned 8 qualities of morality. He said recall all these qualities. Is good enough? This is called actually recollection of morality. Then he continues his meditation until he attains hardship. Okay, how do you do it? Through pain. How can he overcome this kind of pain? Also, we have some formula, some process of practicing vipassana from Chi-Silanussati, recollection of morality. So when we have sila, the sila will produce, after when we recall sila, pure sila, it will produce pamaja, delight. If pamaja becomes stronger, it will cheer or joy. We have many different types of piti, right? In the Buddhist, now we are talking about Buddhist Samajanga. So there will be rapture or joy. Piti. When piti produces passaddhi, tranquility, body and minds are really very stable, very peaceful, tranquilizer. Okay, one more thing. Tranquility is the opposite factor of uddhacca, restlessness. Then we don't have restlessness because of tranquility. It's very powerful. Tranquility becomes stronger, it will produce sukha, bliss, very blissful experiences, very pleasant experiences. This is called sukha. When sukha becomes stronger, it will produce concentration, samadhi. Samadhi, by practicing, we can take only asset concentration. Okay, here I just mentioned very briefly, he continues his meditation until he attained hardship. I just mentioned very simply. In the original text is also mentioned whether now we can be overcoming concentration. Based on the concentration, he will go to maturity. After that, mentality. Then go to cause and relationship, and all the vipassana follow this process of vipassana until he could attain hardship. So, if we have very strong morality, we can recall, we also have very strong rapture, very strong joy, very strong tranquility. Now we can forget our body. Even you have just normal concentration, when you have very strong tranquility, your body disappears. You don't feel anything in your body anymore. Similarly, in his case, his morality is strong, so his joy, rapture also very strong. His body disappears, he cannot know anything in his body. Then he could overcome the pain. Then after that, he could continue practicing until he attained hardship. This is the power of morality. This is the power of recollection of morality. Then we have another story. So Mahayana Sati discussed it, that, and after 16 years of monastic life, he should not be able to conquer his pain. And although he lived for 16 years in a holy life, he could not overcome this kind of pain. Then that kind of thing cannot satisfy the king. And he did not enter. That means he didn't pay homage to him. He just left, going to leave. This is what Rinpoche do, the error. That means one of his attendant bhikkhus approached Mahathera and said, Aung Shinku Banarvasa, King Mahathesa Raja came to see you, but he left now. Then the Mahathera said, okay, let the king wait for a while. Then putting forth great efforts by recording his morality, they say. He just recall his morality. So it will be similar to Venerable Tissa. So he subdues his pain and also send words to the king to come to him. This is a very simple way he did, right? So, as I mentioned the sequence before, he has very strong morality. Just recall the morality. It will produce pamaja, delight. Pamaja produce piti, rapture or joy. And then piti will produce passaddhi, tranquility. With piti passaddhi, he can overcome the pain. He can subdue his pain. Okay, I just summarize this story, but in reality, it will be a little bit more in detail in the original text. Actually, he attained leadership in the very spot. Within a few minutes, he could attain. You can imagine the power of morality. Then he sent the words to the king to come in to him. The king entered. When seeing his appearance, the king also could realize he had attained leadership, some higher attainments. Okay, the king cannot know leadership, right? He can guess. He attained some higher attainment. Then he asks Venerable Sir, how quickly you can practice? This was very wonderful. Then why it happened to you? He said, he just drew his morality. I just recall my morality. Then I just practice based on that. In the very beginning, he groaning, but after some time, when he sit down and he could not hear anything, right? Because he could recall morality at the time, no more pain. He could not hear anymore. Very stable. After that, he could attain leadership easily. Then, when hearing that, on hearing the Mahathera's words, was very pleased. Then he bowed down to Mahathera, saying, Venerable Sir, I don't bow down your headship. I just bow down the moral precepts you undertook as the ordinary bhikkhus. Ordinary bhikkhu. The headship, that is for ordinary, right? Not that easy to undertake precepts very well. That is why the king just pay homage to the Mahathera for his virtues. Okay, this is the recollection of modality, then it will be too long. So, okay, if we summarize all the things today, enough to lead to concentration, as Venerable Mahadisa or Venerable Mahasatiwasatira, it will be strong enough. Actually, there are many other stories, similar stories we can find in the text. The main thing is, sometimes you feel pain a lot. How to do? Your body will disappear naturally. You don't feel pain anymore. But if we just say this kind of things in the order to the ordinary people, but when we are
Recording in progress.
sorry, Machira Mala Priyotana, Priyotidaya Vajaya, Priyota Mala Machirina, Jedasa Akara Ajawasami, Muda Jago, Payata Pani, Osaka Rato, Yaja Yogo, Dana Sami Paga Rato. These are the quality of generosity offering. Again, Nama, you should recollect your own benevolence. In the world overwhelmed by the stain of selfishness, I advise in a household free from stains of selfishness. I advise release and benevolence for the open hands will gifts. These are the quality of generosity. Now I will elaborate one by one. Vikata Malamachirina Chitasa Agara Achawasami. I abide in a household life free from selfishness. Actually, Machira is stinginess or possessiveness also. So we have different machiras, dwellings. We don't want to share our living place. This is also called machira. Gain. We do want to share our gain. Namara is like a marketing, right? Many other things. When you are doing business, you can experience other things. You don't want to share. Customers for anybody, right? So when we attend, for example, to associate with another teacher, this is called kulamachira. I don't want my devotees to go to another monastery, another bhikkhus. This is also called kulamachira. The fame of beauty. So once I want to be happy. I wish to be famous. I don't wish anybody to be famous. This is also called machira. Similarly, beauty. Then this is also appearance, right? So there are some people they don't want to have good appearance. If somebody is has good appearance, you don't want to see. This kind of minds. Dhamma machira, or Dhamma knowledge. So we don't wish to share our Dhamma knowledge. This also can be considered as machira. Not only that, although we have worldly knowledge, if something is beneficial for other people, we can share. Sometimes we don't wish to share our knowledge with our friends or colleagues or anybody, then this is called machira, Dhamma machira. So in the community, many people have machira. Or sufficiency or selfness, but place
Recording in progress.
Many other Buddhist countries, if they offer to the monastery, then they have to pay tax very little. Right? So that means that's why many people offer to the monastery or some necessary places. So then many rich people, they just find some places to offer. And they may offer more and more. After that, they are free from tax. So if we have this kind of expectation for tax-free or something, another thing is like to have better relationship with the bhikkhu. Now we may offer, right? We may approach some bhikkhu or some very famous person. We want to get some favor from him. That we approach by offering big amount of donations. This is also called unqualified jaga, unqualified donations. It must be freely. Don't expect anything from the receiver. Don't expect any gain or fame or anything, right? If we expect something, for example, we may expect gain. It's like investment, not donation, right? Similarly, we may expect some relationship from the bhikkhus, famous bhikkhu. This is also not really free, like investment. So in the case of Mutta Jaga, it must be freely offered without any expectation. Payata Pani, pure hands. Okay, pure hand means, this is just metaphor, or because it's simile, right? Because it's a metaphor. That means, ancient time, when they are going to offer something, they wash their hands. Or they will offer. So they have to wash their hand all the time. Their hands become very pure. That means consistent donation, consistent offering. So if you have habit of offering, just keep doing it. This is also one thing. Another thing is trying to expand your donations. This is also donation area, right? Then this also can be considered as Payata Pani.